Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel. On the previous episode, I was purging the turbo and I plugged the crank angle sensor back and plugged the 15 amp fuel pump back. And so I did start the engine, but I had an issue, and once I crank, it just dies, crank and dies. So I had a Hmong brother that he also have an RB25, and he told me that if I plug the idle air control valve hose, I had this blocked at first. Same thing for the J pipe, and now he told me that go ahead and connect that hose back and see if that helped. And so I just got done connecting the hose, and I'm going to start it up. Start the engine. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, man. RB power. You hear that turbo spool? Woo! All right. Yeah, now we're talking. Yeah, I am like super excited. My motivation is skyrocket right now. Oh, RB is finally running. And it sounds so good with the turbo spooling. Oh man. Oh, special thanks to Brother Sai, Team Risin9. Thanks a lot, dude. Thanks, brother. Oh, if it wasn't for your help, I'll be messing around with the idle control valves, start messing around with the TPS and so forth. Oh, with this small issue, it could lead to a big issue. And so good thing that it's just a hose that needs to be connected. Oh man, I am super excited right now. I'll leave Team Risin9 in the description box. Go and check them out. All right, these guys love what they do, passion for cars, and it's all about families. All right, I just noticed something when the engine was running. The issue is when I put the hood down, and once the hood is down, and also is contact the intercooler pipe, and also went down as well. So the fan clutch is contact the intercooler piping, and it's making all these weird noise, and that's not good. So the only way to correct that is to remove the fan shroud and remove that fan clutch. That way I can install this electric fan. This fan is about 12 inches, and so with this slim setup, that should buy me some clearance. So I bought this off from Amazon. So with this company, they say that it should direct fit for the RB20 and 25 factory radiators. So we'll see how is the fitment. All right, and this should be a simple install. It's just power and ground for the black wire. All right, so make sure that the air is blowing towards to the engine, not away from the engine, or else you're going to have some cooling issue. All right, so yeah, I'm going to go ahead and remove this pipe, start removing the shroud and the fan clutch. So let's go ahead and do that. Once the intercooler pipe is out, the fan clutch is holding these 10mm nut, and it should be 4. So once you remove those nuts, then the fan clutch, it should just come right out. and hopefully I don't have to take too much out. So fan clutch is out. It came up pretty easy, so you just have to you know, find your ways, pull it out. But it's simple. It's very simple. So right now the only things left is remove this fan shroud. It's holding by 4 screws, so I took 2 on the top out first. So there should be 2 more on the bottom. Alright, so now I have a lot of clearance here that I can work with, and so let's go ahead and remove the other 2 screws for the fan shroud. Finally, I got the fan shroud out. It was a challenge for me to remove it because I didn't do the proper way of removing the radiator. So, you know, it'd be best to, you know, drain the coolant and remove all these the upper bottom radiator hose. That way, you know, the whole radiator can just come out in one piece. But I didn't do that, so as you can see, I'm just creating more mess for me. But the shroud is out, so yeah, at this point I'm putting the electric fan in, and let's see how's the fitment. I come across another issue. Is this fan right here is in the way of the power steering hard line, so it's not gonna do it, even though I have all this clearance right here. So that fan needs to be taken out. So hopefully I could just run one fan. I mean, come on here. I mean, here's the OEM one. It's like twice as bigger, you know. And so I don't know. I'm gonna remove this one and just use one, and hopefully that one will help me on my cooling. You know what, I don't know, so it's better off to run both of them. But with my situation, with that power steering hardline, you know, there's a give and take, you know. So alright, yeah, I'm gonna take one fan out and see what happens. I decided to put the fan back and run dual, and I managed to put the electric fan in. It was a very tough one because the power steering hard line here, it's interfering, and right now is a very tight fit. As far as the hardware that they provide, it does not go well, and so it's just holding some zip ties. And as far for the bottom, it doesn't have any zip ties or any hardware that's holding. And this fan shroud ain't going nowhere. So I'm gonna test run this side. Hopefully that the fan blade doesn't make any noises, because I'm just concerned on that power steering line. It's very tight, so I'm afraid that, you know, it might push these fin down, and it might contact the blade. So that's my concern. But otherwise, you know, it's in there. As far as the fitment, yeah, it's not the best, but you know, you get what you pay for, you know. So alright, so I'm gonna hook this up and let's check it out and see how this sound and everything else. I'm gonna test the fan, and hopefully that the blade doesn't make any noises. Like I said, you know, this power steering hard line here is putting a lot of pressure down. And this is a simple hookup just for now. The blue one just power, and the black one is ground. So I'm gonna hook it up and see what happens. Okay, so the fan is blowing towards to the engine, and that's what you want. And if you hook up the wire backwards, you will know the fan is pushing away from you. I mean, away from the engine. So that is not what you want. Okay, so as long as you can feel the air is blowing towards to your hand, that's what you want. Okay, so the fan doesn't make any noises, so for now I'm still not 100%, but I'm going to go with it and pray for the best. Okay, all right, so I'm going to hook up a switch for this fan here, and I don't have any switch, so I'm gonna have to get some from Auto Parts. 1 hour later, I decided to install the intercooler pipe. I just want to see how much clearance that I have, and there is plenty now, since that, you know, the fan shroud is not here anymore, and the fans are much slimmer. So that's good. So at this time I'm going to hook up these wires, and I just got back from the auto store and pick up a switch. Nothing fancy. It's just, you know, all these supply volt, right, and ground. So nothing fancy. So I just went buy some more some butt connectors and a little crimp, so that will make everything all nice and neat. Finish crimping the connector on the wire and with the heat shrink, and so I did it to the other one already. For the ground, and it will look nice and neat like that. All right, and then later on, and I'm gonna electrical tape both together. So, and then after I finish this one, I'm going to do it to the other one. So it's going to look like that. All right, so I made it I made the length a little bit longer because I'm not sure how much wire that I'm going to be using. So I'm going to connect this two with the other wire, which is this one. And then I'll make another connector that goes to the switch to connect the wire to the switch. So for the supply volt, I'm gonna use that direct to the battery, and then for the on, that would be the red wire from the fan, and then ground gonna be right here. Finish hook up the ground wire. The ground I put it right there with the bolt with the rest of the other wires. And for the battery, I hooked it up from here, and then the other two wire is ready to feed through the firewall. I'm planning to hook up the switch onto one of these slots right here. All right, so either one of them is fine. I got the plastic slot that I took out, and I center punch, and is ready to get it drilled. Did a poor job, but it will do. I'm gonna have to use the Dremel to trim it. I made some marks right here, so I'm gonna have to trim it down. That way, the switch, it could just slides in. It's not perfect, but it's in there. All right, so at this point, I'm just gonna hook up all the wires and test the fan. The switch and the wire, it should look like this. Nothing fancy, it's good enough. The top wire is ground, the center wire is fan, and then the bottom wire, that is battery. So I have all the wire all marked, so I know which is which. Got everything all done. Put all the bottom column, put all back together. Double check, make sure all the wires are at their location, and connect the battery. And this is the moment of truth. Oh yeah, it works. I'm going to turn the fan on and close the hood just to see any other clearance issue. And I think that there's none at this point. So let's check it out. Okay, so it looks like everything's good. At this point, I can move on, work on with my exhaust system. That would be the first thing I'm going to do. So then tuning will be the last. Well, this is it. I'm going to end this video right here. And thanks for watching all the way to the end. If you guys like this video, give a thumbs up and subscribe and share. That will help a lot. So until next time, see you guys.